Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Efficient. This is the Line of Reasoning. Today is the 24th of September, 2016. It's Saturday. I'm just chilling at home. The reason I am in a different location as usual, because, so, for those of you who haven't seen this since the beginning, I just moved in, right when I started it, I just moved into my mom's house in June. And all of my stuff is in storage. So I brought my stuff to do this, not in storage, but I didn't bring my tripod. So I went on eBay for the first time and bought this. This is like a octopus tripod. And I screwed it into my camera, and I got a coffee K-cup for the Keurigs box and put that. Sometimes I'd stack some books, and then I'd place this on top so it was at head level when I sat at my mom's dinner table. Today, I'm saying RIP to this $2.99 tripod because it sucked and it couldn't hold weight well, and it would go like, I don't know if you can see this. Okay. So it'd be standing and then it would just go like limp. And it'd like fall that way. Camera. Super hard to get it straight, and then if I like shook the table it would get all messed up. So now the camera's not going to be affected by my movements because I'm a fidgeter. This is where I had the original idea to shoot the podcast vlog thing. When I first was like, alright, I'm going to do it. I don't even care if I'm at my mom's anymore. I was like, I'll just set up the tripod right there and do it on the couch. So now I'm on the couch. Another thing I'm super excited about at storage, I got some clothes. And I got, what else did I get? I got all my rhyme books, which sometimes they're just pieces of paper. Sometimes they're in notebooks. So, I kept saying, oh, I'm running out of rhymes. I can't write a rhyme every week. These are the ones I got out of storage. I definitely have a few to spare. So, not like 90, I'll say, no, yeah, probably 90% of that is garbage. It's just a piece of paper with my shitty handwriting on it. But there is some gold in there. I'm just kidding. It's a needle in a haystack, literally. Or should I say figuratively, because that's not literal. Yeah, so I am excited. Now I don't have to like, cause I kept, what was I saying? I kept making it, I kept writing new raps, and then I'd spit them here, and I don't want to show you my new raps because they might be on my following album, not the one I'm making, not the one that's in post-production right now, but the one after that, and that would suck, because then it's like, I've already heard this before, so I'm going to try and refrain from that. Then again, my audience is slim to none, but then again, let's say I put this album out, and more people are attracted to Efficient, my whole business, and they see the Line of Reasoning and go, damn, I'm actually a podcast watcher. I watch YouTube a lot or whatever, and I like Efficient. I'm going to go check out his Line of Reasoning feed. Then they're going to see, let's say I release the album in 2 years, but I get fans in a year and they start watching all my stuff. They're going to see, oh, I remember him spitting that on September 24th. for his new single, This Is Lame. So I don't want to do that. This is all hypothetical that I get all those events line up and it happens, but I don't care. The whole point is me to just show, like, yeah, I rap and here's some raps. It's not to, like, show you songs or anything. Anyways, what was I saying? So I looked through all of this vaguely and saw at least like 4 different verses that I could rap on here that are not like pathetic. Some of them are like, I'll just throw them out there. Some of them are like, this is sick. Some of them I wrote to a beat, but like I've said earlier also, I make a song, I perfect it, make sure all the writing, the flow, the rhythm, everything, the chorus is good, each verse is up to par, and then I rap it 100 times over the beat, and then I make it sure it has potential to be like a good song, then I buy the beat. So a few of those are like 1 or 2 verses I wrote to a beat that I'm like, fuck yeah, I love this beat, you know? And I'm like on my way there, and then I find out someone else bought it. Which sucks, because there was one in there that was like, damn, that was going to make the album. And I'm probably not even going to rap that one because it's like a song, it's not like a verse. So, anywho, I feel really kind of odd right now. I don't know why. I keep looking at the time, like, is this over yet? And it's only been like 5 minutes. I think my wife is with the baby. They're not here. They are visiting another girl with a new baby from work, which is cool. And I was like, oh, perfect timing, I can do this. But my little sister is here, and she's upstairs in her room, and we're not on the best of terms right now. And I have a fear that she's just gonna like walk down here, and this is super uncomfortable for me to do. So I'm like, I don't want to be caught doing this. So maybe that's probably why, honestly, I'm feeling awkward. Because I'm feeling really awkward right now. I feel like I'm speaking really monotone, and I feel like I'm boring myself. So I can only imagine what it's like for someone who has 5 minutes to watch the first 5 minutes, and then they're like, alright, fuck this dude's fucking weird. So that's what's going through my mind right now. What else? I'll talk about my week. So last I recorded was Thursday. I went to the Charger game. Oh yeah, my cousin's wedding. That was cool. And then we went to the Charger game. And dude, it was so sick. Fucking Chargers balled up Jacksonville. Which most people are like, oh, you fucked up Jacksonville. Like, good for you. Ha ha ha. Like, they suck. But actually, they have like a good team. Surprisingly, they're 0-2. It's kind of like, I don't know. I had a feeling that they were gonna be the team, like an outbreak year, where they were like, I don't know. They have like a decent quarterback. They have a decent offense, and they have like a lot of big players on defense. I wouldn't mind having that team as my team. Now, there's a few teams like the Titans or the fucking Browns and the Redskins that I'm like, all right, this team has no one. Obviously, they have a few, like 1 or 2. I don't know about the Browns, but the Rams. Todd Gurley was good. Already fell off. It's funny. I like the Rams just because it's like, oh yeah, like my dad used to work for marketing for them, with like the Rams, the Ducks, the Angels, stuff like that. So I was always like, yeah, I like the Rams, but I don't really like the Rams that much. Like, I'm a Charger fan, so I don't really care for them. My number 2 team's the Patriots for sure, which I'm also stoked about. 3-0. Fuck you, Indianapolis. 0-2. Suck on that. That's hilarious. Bill Belichick is probably the best coach of all time. Yeah, so anyways, I went to the Charger game. We beat Jacksonville. We should have beat the Chiefs. We should be 2-0, but I'm alright with 1-1 right now. Because We're on our way to go 8-8, which is not good. But the way we lost to Kansas City. It's like it's different than like getting blown out. Teams who get blown out are gonna have losing records, and they're gonna win some, but they're gonna have losing records. When you lose like that, you could go like 10, 11 games winning. So the only problem is we lost fucking Danny Woodhead and Keenan Allen, our two like most dominant players on offense, other than Phillip Rivers. So that sucks. We picked up Travis Benjamin, who's a boss and has been balling. And Melvin Gordon woke up and decided to start playing, so that's awesome. And yeah, it was fucking awesome. We were like club level. We tailgated. I've never tailgated before, and that was a lot of fun. Ate some like filet mignon sandwiches. So bomb. Teriyaki filet. Threw the football around. Watched some people walk around. Go Chargers! And I was when we were like all sitting there. I'm like sitting in my lounge chair. We're talking, and I'm like kind of analyzing everything that's going on. We got our easy up. Everyone's like partying, playing music or whatever. And I'm like, how do the Chargers have this many fans? Like, I just didn't understand. Like, we are a horrible organization. And I'm still a diehard fan, but I was just like, I was just curious. Like, I don't know why this many people are like Charger fans. I would think more people would be bandwagon. That was just my thought. I just was like, I just didn't understand. So, yeah, it was awesome. We were club level. I think I already mentioned that, but if I didn't, we were club level. And, we won, like, basically 38-0, and then they scored again, but it was like, alright, fuck you guys. But 38-14 doesn't look like a blowout as much as 38-0. So I wish we didn't, or even 38-7, it's like, dude, you only scored once. But it's like, some people would think maybe it was like 14-0 them at one point, and we just came back, or 7-7, or like there was a game at one point, but that's not the case. We dominated them the entire game, which was awesome. And when Danny Woodhead tore his ACL out for the season, when that happened, I was like, oh no, is this going to be another like Keenan Allen thing? Because immediately after Keenan Allen got hurt in week 1, we sucked. We're up like 24-3. And then Keenan Allen gets hurt, and we're done. And then Danny Woodhead, same story. We're killing him. I don't know what the score was. A lot to nothing. And then we kept killing him. And that was fucking awesome. It was just a lot of fun. The baby came, which was a little scary. We got our earplugs and everything, and I'd like hold our ears as soon as everyone would be screaming and stuff. But still, it was scary. But we ran it. Another mom came up with her 1-year-old. It was like, oh my gosh, like blah blah blah. Like we took him here last year, and we got him the same like headphones or whatever. So that made me feel like, all right, I'm not that shitty of a parent. Another couple has done this, unless we were just talking to another shitty couple. That's always a possibility, because some people were looking at us like, oh, they're so cute. Some people were looking at us like, why do you have a baby here? And I was like, because I'm a fucking Charger fan and I got free tickets. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, she's fine. The baby's fine. She survived. Today, actually, when we were at storage, we were sitting on our old coffee table. Haley was sitting on our old coffee table, and we were looking at it. And it's always before I lived with Haley, I lived by myself in San Clemente, and I had a coffee table, but my roommates already had one. So I was like, I don't know what to do with this. So I put it on the porch. We had like a balcony. We had a balcony. And I set up like some lawn chairs out there and my coffee table. And it was like, and a side table, an end table that goes like on the side of the couch or whatever. And I didn't think of anything of it. I was just like, yeah, I'll just put it out here. And like slowly the freaking screws started like getting a lot looser, and then I loosened them once we moved into Lake Forest, because then all that stuff in San Clemente was in storage, because then I moved into my mom's for like 4 months at that time too. And then we moved out, got my stuff from storage. I tightened up the nuts, and today we were like, all right, we got to throw this thing out. It was free. We're not losing much. It's a coffee table. It sucks because it's a nice coffee table. It was. It has potential to be one. But, yeah, she was sitting on it, nursing the baby, and it collapsed. The baby freaked out. Like, because Haley, like, literally fell to the ground with the baby. And we were just like, should we throw this away? And I was like, fuck it, yeah, we're throwing it away. So we like put it in the throwaway pile, and then she sat on it, not thinking like, oh, it's gonna break. Like, we were like, it's just wobbly, so I don't want to put my feet on a coffee table and be like, ugh, freaking wobbling, because that's what would happen in Lake Forest. And I was like, let's just get a fucking new one. So she sat on it, fell. The baby's like, ah! Like her face is bright red. I had the most adrenaline. That was the most scared I've ever been as a parent. Like, what is happening? Is she hurt? I'm like checking her legs. Is there any red marks? Or like, and she's crying hysterically, like total like, what the fuck? And we're all freaking out. I take the baby and I like hushing her. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then she turned out to be okay. So basically, the whole reason I brought that up is that was worse than the Charger game. The Charger game, she passed out the entire game, which was awesome. What was I saying? I gotta make sure I have my wraps. Oh yeah. This one, I really like this one. This is one of I wrote one verse to a beat by Sealance, and it was the sickest beat ever. Like, it was a fucking ill-ass beat. And I was like, damn, this one's bringing something out of me. And then I go to write my second verse to it, like, a few days later, and it was gone. I'm like, damn it. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had that. Anyways, another thing that happened was, as I mentioned last week, my buddy Evan died, and my friend Evan passed away, and we went to his funeral, and that was super sad. I hadn't cried the entire time since I got the news, anything. And then the service, it was at a Catholic church, and I felt like it was very stoic. Like, it was super, I didn't feel any emotion, which I was bummed about, because I'm like, I haven't cried. I've been super sad and like minorly depressed about it. I don't want to, I feel like depressed is a vague term for like how I feel generally. I've been just super bummed from this situation. And then the service, I wasn't feeling it. I just was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not getting anything out of this. I feel like when I die, I want somebody to like put a funeral that like honors my life, which not like that didn't. The service, I just was like, it didn't do it for me personally. I don't know. That's on you to do it however you do it. Maybe I was also just being shut off because I was like expecting something different. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. I don't know what the reason is. I wasn't feeling the service, and then we went into the reception, and they put on a slideshow. And the slideshows always get me. Every funeral I've been to, when I see the slideshow, I start crying. So I finally got to shed some tears, which feels so good to just let it out. Like, I just love crying. I've always had such a hard time crying. So when I do cry, it's great. It's like my favorite thing ever. It's just like my ego is so big for me to cry. Like, it's hard for me to just allow it. I have to literally go like this. I'll feel my eyes water. I'll feel my eyes water probably like once or twice a month. I want to say on average. But immediately I'll think of something else. Like I have an ADD moment, and I'll think of something else, and it's like dry. Eyes are dry. So I have to go like. That's my sister. My sister just got out. That's funny. I'm gonna stop talking again as soon as she exits the bathroom. What's it called? So my eyes are dry, and I have to go like, okay, Chad, your eyes are watering right now. You need to allow yourself to just let it out. And 88% of the time, I say that, and that distracts me, and then my eyes are dry. But 12% of the time when I say, okay, Chad, allow yourself to cry, it floods. The floodgates are opened, and I go. I start crying, and it's weird. I feel so vulnerable. I think that's what it is. Like, I feel so like my mouth starts like to quiver. And I just like, I hate when my mouth quivers, because then it makes me cry harder. And then I start making like, and I don't want to make noises. I'm okay with water running down my cheeks. And then, because that's like, you can get away with that. Like, oh, he's crying, how sad, you know. But when you start going, it's embarrassing. And that's what happens to me. So maybe that's one of the reasons. So I was trying super hard to make my mouth not quiver. And whenever it did, I would just like I noticed too when I was crying, I was going like, I don't know if you can see me. I was going like this. Closing my eyes and pinching like right above my nose right here. And then I noticed, oh, she's getting out, hold on. The beast has left us. Okay, so I was plugging right here, and I was like, as I was crying, I'm like, why am I pinching right here? What? I don't know what is wrong with me. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. My head is running, like I'm crying. I lost my best friend, but then I'm pinching here, and I'm like, why did I start pinching here? But it feels good. And I realized, I think what I was doing was trying to stop the tears. Subconsciously, my hand went up here and started pinching. I was like trying to block my tear ducts, like, stop crying or whatever. So everything I do is about not crying, basically. I don't know why we're talking about crying right now, but we are. It was super sad. I got to talk to his mom. I got to talk to his dad and one of his 3 brothers. I spoke to another one of his 3 brothers yesterday over Facebook, which was nice also. And just like extend my hand, let them know I'm here and I'm sorry for their loss and whatnot. And I don't know, it's super sad. I found out it wasn't an OD. I don't really feel comfortable getting that into it publicly like this, but it was not an OD, and he had schizophrenia. So yeah, I heard so many fucking rumors about how he died. And I even think I said last week, I said, quote, I think it might have been an OD, end quote. And I found out it wasn't. And a lot of people thought that because he partied. But I realized how offensive that could be to the family for people to spread that rumor. And then I was hearing shit like the neighbor guy next door shot himself at the same time. And like, just like fucking, I'm not even going to go into some of the rumors because I don't even want those to spread either. But crazy rumors. And I was talking to his brother, and he was telling me how they were like upsetting him. And I'm like, that's so fucked up. Like, that's the last thing you need to deal with right now. He just lost his brother, and people are like so consumed on the idea of how he died, which I get because I was curious too, but like I wasn't curious enough to like start a rumor or go out and about and ask how it happened. Because regardless of how it happened, he's gone. So I still need to process my feelings, and I feel like it's a distraction to go into this detective mode of how he passed away. And I saw how easy it was to go into that, so I was like, I'm just going to process that he's gone. Then we'll figure out what happened. And then I talked to his brother, and he explained everything to me. It's just super sad. Mental illness is a pretty fucked up thing. I've never dealt with schizophrenia before. I've never seen it, except for with Evan. And it's just super sad. Bummed me out. I've been pretty bummed. Every time it gets brought up, I get bummed. Especially when my mom brings it up, because my mom, she gets super, like, sad. And then that makes me super sad. Because then there was this picture of me, Anders, Evan, and Tyler. Me and Anders are on the outside over here. Evan and Tyler are on here. Anders and I both our last name are Davis, and Evan and Tyler both passed away at way too young of an age. And it's just fucking weird looking at that picture. Like that was my group from like 6th to 9th grade. That was my group. And obviously there was more, there was other people in the group too, but those 4 were like, we're kind of like the ones, and then we have our extended group. We got our siblings and then our cousins. Anyways, yeah, that was super sad. But yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. What else? I think it's almost been 30 minutes. I could rap, but I feel like I should talk about one more thing, which I don't know what that is, but I don't want to start rapping after talking about that, which is why I rapped first last time, and I probably should have done that. The Chargers, we'll go back to that. How about that? That'll distract me. The Chargers are playing Indianapolis Colts, or should I say the Indian Vagina Colts. I don't know, that sucked. I was trying to think of a good insult. They're just a shitty organization. They're fucking clowns. The fact that they pushed so hard for Tom Brady to be suspended, and that they're 3-0 with their third string quarterback beat a 2-0 team. Just like, that's fucking life. Fuck you guys, basically. And you're 0-2. And now the Chargers, who no one has respect for. I watch SportsCenter. I watch First Take. I watch NFL Network. I watch all the fucking talk shows. And never do they talk about the Chargers unless it's like pregame or whatever. Or postgame. Talking about the game itself. Never just do the Chargers get brought up in conversation. And it pisses me off. Because even in First Take, I saw the headline, Chargers vs. Colts. And then the subtitle was Andrew Luck, ? And I was like, alright, they're probably going to talk about Andrew Luck because he's kind of like a superstar or whatever. But they're still going to talk about the game. And they literally just talked about Andrew Luck the entire time. And one time, Herm Edwards was like, the Chargers are going to win. And I was like, fuck yeah. And then they didn't mention the Chargers for the rest of the game. Or for the rest of the segment. So I will fill the void that Charger fans have been waiting for. We are going to beat the Colts. I'm going to call a game score of, since we're away, I want to say we're dropping 30 every week. But we're away. The Colts suck, yeah. So I'm going to go, let me think. 30. No, we're not going to. 33-18. That's my score. Where I got 18, you'll have to ask John here on my left. I'm just kidding. I don't know how I got the number 18. But I'm thinking 30. What did I say, 33? I forgot what I said. 33-18? Yeah. That's what I'm going to go with. Somewhere in that range. And Chargers with the W. We move up 2-1. Everyone else in our division loses. So everyone's either 1-1, or 1-2, or 2-1, and then we're tied up with the Broncos. And we go to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. I'm calling it. No, we're definitely not winning the Super Bowl since we lost Keenan Allen and Danny Woodhead. We don't have anyone in the clutch. This is fucking September. The dudes on the Chargers are gonna fucking choke as soon as crunch time starts hitting. We don't have a player that... Phillip Rivers is a crunch time dude. He will handle his shit, but our team won't. We'll jump off sides on a 4th down play, like shit like that. We're just that type. We're too like not. We don't have enough guys to rally up the troops. We lost Eric Weddle, and now we've lost Danny Woodhead and Keenan Allen. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'll wrap now. It feels weird. Most of the stuff in here I noticed is ignorant as fuck. Like, one of the... I'm not going to say it. I'll show you next week probably. But they're just all like saying stuff. So let me say this real quick. Sometimes when I write, I'm like, I just want to like be disrespectful. And in my life, I'm not disrespectful. I try not to be. How about that? For the most part, I'm not disrespectful. However, I used to be very, very disrespectful. Probably one of the most disrespectful people you would ever come in contact with in your life. Like, I was just so rude to authority, to peers, to whoever. I was a very disrespectful person. And part of that was fun. Part of it made me feel like a piece of shit. So I weighed the pros and cons and stopped doing it. But when I write sometimes, I like being that punk. And it's not even that I sit down and go, I'm going to write disrespectful stuff, but it'll just come out of me. And this one isn't really disrespectful. The first 4 bars, I'm just like joking around. But like sometimes I like saying, I fucked your mom. Sometimes I like saying, I have a huge dick. Or like, your girlfriend's fat. Just like, but who am I talking to? I don't know. The imaginary whack rapper who stands in front of me every time I write. I don't know. I just wanted to explain that because I feel like it will seem like incongruent. Like, how come I can be insightful sometimes, and then when you hear me rap, it's like the most ignorant shit you've ever heard. And that's just because that's how I have fun sometimes. I don't know why. Sometimes it comes out of me. And I feel like I'm prepping this as if I'm about to say something very ignorant, which I'm not. Oh, but I have a bunch of ignorance in this stack. So that's not all of it either. That's just what I got as storage. Anyways, check it. If I've learned one thing in life thus far, it's that feelings aren't good or bad, they just are. And I feel like my dick is big. Well, it just is, so what's that tell you about who I become? You're standing there like you knew I would run, like you've smelt my fear, you've felt my tears, but you've shelved those years and moved on with love. Damn, I'm still trying to win the human race. And you're still trying to ditch abusive pains. So why don't we hold hands and use this grace? Get on both our knees and lose our shame. Maybe it's 'cause we like these things detached. The emotions I feel I'm keeping back. And the roots of this tree collapsed once you played my violin with no strings attached. That seemed weird. Sounds so much better over a beat. I don't know. I don't want to leave. Let me find another one. I'm blowing it. I should be saving this. So here's an ignorant one. No, I'll do the other ignorant. No, I'll do this one. Fuck it. I just don't want to leave that impression.
That was the sickest written ever over a beat. But spitting it now was like, it didn't give me much. I want to feel like adrenaline when I'm done spitting. And sometimes, even when. And that counts for even if it's like a slow, soothy one. I still should be feeling like my flow is tight, like in a pocket enough to where I'm like, ooh, yeah, I fucking killed that one. And that didn't give me that at all. So, anyways, this one I wrote a long time ago before. This is I had written when I lived at my mom's house 2 years ago. And my flow was a little all over the place. But it's kind of fun being ignorant, so I'm just going to hit it. Yeah. Anyways, check it. When I rock rhymes, I get so technical. My hand's a Glock 9, watch the pen explode. It turns your brain into a vegetable while I'm grabbing my testicles. Enough of the body parts, I've mastered breath control. This is one of those things only the experts know. Yeah, I put myself up on that pedestal. Long range of wordplay, it's about being flexible. I'm smooth with it, it's exceptional. Make your body move with it, and I mean your genitals. Damn efficient, you get so sensual. But I do want to ask just one question, yo. Can I buy your rhyme book? 'Cause it's a collectible. I mean, I guess for a milli, but it's not legible. Can't see shit. I'm bumping Cool G Rap 'cause he's impeccable. And 50 Cent remains professional. I'm as cold as ice, the frozen type who's known to strike on open mics. I flow the type where kids roll their eyes. You know I'm nice but won't confide. It's natural that I body you. Shit on all these kids like Dr. Seuss. When I say fuck you, I'm not responsible. Blame the doc who drew The Chronic too. I'm beefing with all these college dudes. I kick drums into your abdominal. I beat your ears into the hospital. Yeah, I'm not the dude who's logical. I'm the dude that pops the tool and your mama's food is optional. I'm at your mama's house. She sucks my popsicle till my dick is covered in her vomit. Ew. Get a towel, ho, for I bust in your optical. And I recorded a vid so you can watch her drool. Hockaloog all over my balls and you need to know I see condoms as obstacles. Okay, too much of this your mom's a tramp shit. So I'ma get back on that real raw rap shit. Where I put all of my 2 eggs in one basket. And this is the only job I have and I got it mastered. I made a promise that I won't rhyme faggot, but I just did. And I dropped some acid so I broke 2 boundaries. Morals along with sobriety. Why don't I just leave the earth in its entirety? Or stay and scream fuck and act defiantly? I could be the guy who dreams. I could just be the guy who dreams. Or I'll be the illest to ever spit righteously. Yeah, that was weird spitting too. I don't know if you even feel comfortable leaving with that. The flow is all over the place. But it was kind of fun, and I'm fucking done talking, so I'll leave it there. Whoa, it's been 40 minutes. I'm going all over the place. That's all good, though. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see you next week. Peace.